Started and dive right in. So gym confidence is a massive area. I feel like it can be something that really knocks some of us back. It really stops us seeing the best results that we can see. It stops us seeing progress a lot of the time as well, because if you are not hitting and you're not going into the gym and using and doing those bigger compound moves, it can be so tricky to see the results that you want to see. So from this video today, I want you to be able to go away with some actionable tools that you can put in place if you are a complete gym newbie, if you are sort of like a little bit more integrated in the gym but you feel like your confidence is not quite there yet. And I want you to all know, we all feel like this at some point. It is so normal to be affected by gym confidence. It's so normal for your confidence to be hit, for these things to happen. And it's about taking ownership of it and about taking control of it as well. So let's dive right in. So first of all, gym confidence 101. You are going to go and invest in an activewear set that makes you feel good. If you feel good in the clothes that you're wearing in the gym, you are going to go in there with confidence. You're going to walk in, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel the best that you can be. Do not go in there in clothes you're not feeling comfortable or confident in just because it's a trend, just because other people are wearing it. You have to wear things you feel confident in. There is absolutely no point in buying gym clothes that you don't feel comfortable in, because you are not going to be able to wear them. So it doesn't matter what that is, what that looks like. Do it for you, show it for you, and invest in something that makes you feel bloody good. Next, I'm going to be thinking a little bit more around the logistics of your programming. Now, I think for everybody, it is important to allow yourself to build up to a plan that makes you feel comfortable and confident with heading into the gym. And lots of the ladies that I work with, we make sure that initially they are on a plan which they do feel a little bit more comfortable and confident with, and then we can gradually build up to the harder moves. However, you need to make sure you are on that plan to see the progression that you want to see. It's not about just showing up and kind of getting away with doing next to nothing all the time. You need to be pushing yourself to see those results that you want to see. So when you go into the gym, first of all, I want you to sort of get yourself in there, and I want you to sort of get a feel for where everything is inside of the gym. So this is sort of like the initial scout about. So you need to go in, you're going to have a little look at sort of where the weight section is, where the dumbbells are, where the heavier compound moves like the barbells are, where the resistance machines are, where the treadmills are, you know, where all the cardio machines are. Once you've got that sussed out in your head, you can start to understand where you're going to go. Now, I'd always recommend to start off, if you do feel really anxious or nervous about using some of the bigger equipments, start off using some dumbbells, using some resistance machines, and then you can gradually build up to building some barbells in. So instead of doing a barbell squat, maybe start off with some dumbbells, and you can gradually, after a couple of weeks when you do feel comfortable, start to use those bigger equipments and bigger machines. That's where you can build up to your plan. There is only so far you can go with using dumbbells and resistance machines. You have to be using barbells at some point in your plan to see the results that you want to see. So please bear that in mind when you are planning and prepping and deciding what to do with your plan, with your progress, whatever that might look like. Bear it in mind, because you are going to need to get to there, but it's about doing it gradually so you feel comfortable and confident. Now, step number 3, actually going to use the equipment. Where you feel really nervous, where you feel a little bit anxious, this is where you are going to need a little bit more of a plan. So what I would say is, in every gym session there should be some sort of exercise, if you're quite new to the gym, that does make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, because you are going to be pushing yourself out your comfort zone consistently. We don't want you to start sort of like not doing that and kind of getting into a plateau and not really building routine. We want you to be pushing yourself to get you to where you need to be. That's what needs to be happening. So with that exercise where you do feel a little bit less comfortable, make sure you research it before you go into the gym. Make sure you've watched videos on it before you go in there so you know exactly how to do it. Make sure that you've got that support there so you in your head can see that. Maybe even have the video saved on your phone so you can quickly flip back to it. Maybe even make sure that you've got it saved on Instagram if it's an Instagram video that you've got there. Whatever it might be or whatever it looks like, make sure you've got that video saved and sort of ready to go back to whenever you need to go back to it. That's what's really important. Next, just take your time with it. I'd always say start with the lightest weight possible. So if you're using the barbell, just start with just the bar. They're usually 20 kg in most gyms. So to literally start with the bar, you can really get a feel for your form, really get a feel for what's starting out or you're starting off at, and then you can gradually start to build the weight up on there, gradually start to add weight in. As you gradually start to add weight in and as you gradually start to build weight up, you'll feel more comfortable and more confident as you go through. Also, number 4 is ask for help whenever you feel like you need support. The gym is, I get it, quite an intimidating and scary place, but that's why there are members of staff there, other people who have been going there, they've probably been going there absolutely years. So whenever you need help, do feel free to reach out and get the help you need whenever you want to have that support. You shouldn't feel silly, you shouldn't feel daft for asking for help at all. And it's what the people in the gym are there for, and people are usually more than happy to help you, and if they're not, then that's just annoying. So you reach for that help as soon as you feel like you need to get the help there. That's something to really consider. I think a massive thing around gym confidence as well, if I'm honest, is very much sort of taking ownership of the fact that it is going to be hard for a little bit. It is going to be difficult for a little bit. There's always stuff, right, that we need to do that allows us to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. It's really difficult to show up as somebody who's going to be confident in every area of life. And honestly, when I started my coaching business and I had to record myself in different gyms, that hugely pushed myself out of my comfort zone. And I think it is very much about us really sometimes accepting that in order to grow, we do need to be able to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. And unfortunately, sometimes it is going to be a little bit tricky. It is going to be a little bit hard. And it's just accepting that at times that it is going to be that there's finding that balance between things, and it's accepting that it is okay to feel that way and knowing that that feeling will gradually start to disappear. But having that plan in place and going into the gym with a plan that you can stick to, with a plan that you can follow, a plan where you can tick it off and watch videos for every exercise is 100% the best way to sort of start to get over that anxiety. It's doing the stuff, being consistent, showing up and ticking those boxes so that you know you're getting done what needs to be done and you're achieving those goals. I think also in the back of your mind, having that sort of thing saying that I'm doing this because of this, knowing that what you're doing is going to allow you to get to where you need to be is super important. It is not just about you doing it for absolutely no reason. You know, by doing these hard things, you're going to see the results you want to see. And I think occasionally it is about remembering that. So a little bit of a recap on what you can do to make sure that you're sort of navigating and you're smashing gym confidence is buy gym sets that make you feel comfortable and confident in. Go into the gym with a plan so you know what you're doing. Scout out the gym so you know sort of roughly where different equipment is. Trial a new exercise each session that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable so you're pushing yourself out your comfort zone. Start off with a plan that's very gradual and allow you to build up to it so you get that confidence just getting in through the doors, getting into the gym initially before taking that next step. And then finally, ask for help where you need it. If you're struggling still after watching videos, whatever that might be, ask somebody in the gym for support. People are always more than happy to help. They want to help you out as much as they can. So ask for that help when you feel like you can and want to get that help. Anyway, that was a quick whistle-stop tour around gym confidence. I hope that was helpful. I just wanted to do sort of like a really quick go over on that today because lots of my clients that were new with me have sort of started talking about that and it's been very at the forefront of mind. So I did want to address that today, just to kind of put it out there because I think it's so important to sort of share and make sure we're all on the same wavelength for that. But I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast, and yeah, I will catch you all on the next one. Bye.